So hello everybody, today I want to present you our new Mercedes Sprinter based on the long wheelbase model with 4,100 kilograms of total payload. We are recording today at our facility. It's a little bit loud, the road is near, our maestro is working in the garage, and unfortunately the weather in the last days is pretty ugly, and wherever I would go with this van I would just make it dirty. So I invite you for a little tour. So the van is prepared for 5 people to drive and 5 people to sleep. The intention of our customer was to create the 2 beds, obviously one on the roof and one in the back of the van. And in the back of the van there is a spacious bed which allows 3 kids to sleep and the elders sleep on the roof. This was the intention of our customer. He asked for such idea, and they said if the children will grow, probably they will not like to drive with them anymore, or they will then think about recreating the interior a little bit for 3 people. And this is a very easy task for us because we build all of our vans that they can be always a little bit changed, a little bit upgraded, so we can actually create a bed system for 3 individuals in the back. So a little bit more about the truck itself. It is a 416 Sprinter with 2.2 CDI engine, 160 horsepower, and that's one of the last Oberaigners and 2.2s. So the car has 4x4 and switchable low range, automatic gearbox, and the whole system works really fine. The power output is good because the car is limited to 90 kilometers per hour with the European regulations, and this allows the gearbox to be a little bit shorter, so the car accelerates very easily, very nicely. It goes very nicely on all of the hills in the off-road, and it's quite fuel economic because I've drove with this van from Warsaw and it was about 11 liters per 100 kilometers fully loaded truck. So that's a really good economical result. So let's talk about the off-road upgrades on this van. First of all, for any African environments, we've installed the Bravo snorkel. Second of all, these vans are really good in off-road. They are really capable, but they are not off-road monsters. So we've equipped the van with ARB track boards and with ARB mounts, and also we've upfitted the van with aluminium roof rack and with our spare wheel carrier with leather, which allows you to carry the wheel and easily walk up to the roof. Then also we've installed the LED lights from strands all around. So in front we have the LED bar, we have left, right and reverse side of the work lights, so that allows us to maneuver in darkness in an easier way. On the right door, which you will see in a minute, there is a mount all system with bicycle rack and aluminium case for your grill utensils. And the most important upgrade which everyone looks for these vehicles is the suspension. Very often, and wheels. So very often you can see a lot of people installing various suspension kits, and that's not always the best way what you see in the internet. So let's talk about it really fast. So first of all, very often we see people installing airbags in the back. That's really bad idea for these vehicles, because when these vehicles weigh over 3.5 tons, they start to kind of wobble and swim around like a boat. And very often the airbags limit this, and they make a superior actually quality of ride in the roads conditions, so on the asphalt. But every time you drive on the off-road, if you don't put the pressure down, you will be damaging your subframe, which is very delicate. So there is a lot of tension that the airbags produce to the subframe, and it destroys them. We've been driving around many African countries and testing these ideas. A lot of people drove with us who had these ideas, and after they came back they stick with what we have to offer, but I will talk about it later. Very often you can see also that the airbag cars, when you are in the off-road, when you put the pressure down, still you go back to the same topic you had before. So the car is wobbling and swimming, and it's really ugly to drive. And this is why we are upgrading the leaf spring system in these vehicles, and we are adding KONI suspension. We are not lifting these vans too much, because also these vans were created to withstand some vertical drives like that, you know, some side by side. So if you lift these vehicles 2 inches or more and you add all of these huge wheels, then first of all you will damage your four-wheel drive in time. You know, it will be not damaged in 1, 2, 3 weeks. You know, you will not be able to reach, for example, 100,000 kilometers before you damage something. So first of all, your four-wheel drive gets a really big tension, and this four-wheel drive is created in a way that electronics operate everything. It is called 4ATS system, which is responsible for off-road traction. And if you install big wheels, bigger than the producer of this four-wheel drive suggests, then you will just retard your vehicle. This is why we have two options for these vans. We stick to the regulated wheel sizes from Oberaigner, which created this four-wheel drive. So we are installing 245, 75, R16 wheels, or like in this one, we have 245, 70, R17 Delta, beautiful Delta wheels with Cooper Discover 83 tires. The reason we do that is that we've tested it. We've went with cars that had 35-inch tires to Africa, and usually they all had so many problems. They've snapped their shafts, they snapped their CV joints, and in the off-road they were really bad. And all of the vehicles that we created with the standard wheels, so the 245s, 75 R16s, they performed really perfect. This is why we stick to original KONI suspension, which has a full possibility of setting it, so you can make it more soft, you can make it more harder. What we do, we always take a ready-built car to the machine, to the special machine that measures all of the wheels separately, and then we kind of adjust the suspension to the proper stiffness. So in this case, we are able to have a suspension which will allow you to have a load capacity of 500 to 600 kilos. So you can either, your van can weigh 3.5 tons and 4 and 100, and this will not make a big change, or you can weigh 3 tons or to 500 or even more, and that will not make a big difference. Lifting the vans is also very important because, well, not lifting the vans is very important because obviously these vans are very high. What Oberaigner did, they lifted these vans plus 12 centimeters, and they lifted them to the limit. If you will have a really sharp curve, if you will go like this on a mountain where the car will be on the side like that, if your van is lifted, you will roll over much faster. This is a topic that we will talk about in the movie that we've created from the Oberaigner factory in the future. So our system is reinforced leaf springs, reworked leaf springs, and KONI suspension, and that's it. You don't need anything else than that. So what we have here is our mount all adapter. There is a adapter for bicycles, there is a water inlet here actually as well, and our aluminum box, which is very simple to use, very easy. And the cool feature is that you can have your barbecue table, you can store all of your barbecue stuff here and cook it in here, and that's very easy to use and fairly lightweight because it's aluminum. So it is enough about the car on the outside, so I invite you now to the inside, which is fairly cleverly created. So we are in the lounge area of the van. I call it the lounge because it's really spacious in this vehicle size. We have 2 swivel seats, which are custom reupholstered with real natural leather and Alcantara. We have 3 seats with possibility to move them forward and back like that, as you can see. And also this one is made on a very express system, which allows it to very easily and fast to remove the seat very easily and fast. And in case if one of your children is grown up and he or she don't want to drive with you anymore, you can just forget the seat and you can order at our company a kitchen annex here, which will extend your kitchen to the proper size. What we have here also is our new table, which has possibility to extend. So we have cup holders here, first of all. Second of all, we can extend it to the size which allows 5 people to eat comfortably. We have thermo-isolated curtains, we have LED lights under the cabinets. The cabinets are classically made out of aluminium and bamboo. We have awesome reading light, and as well we have the entrance to our roof tent. Very easy one. There is a ladder on the top. You can just take the ladder down, put it like that and enter the tent. So in the driver's cabin we have a CB radio from Midland with fire stick antenna. We have our aluminium overhead shelf with a MOLLE system, and we have also all of the switches for our lights. So we can turn on the LED bar, we can turn on separately the left side, the right side, the reverse light. Also we have a switch for USB port, so we always know that the power is in. Every time there is a light on the button, you always know that something is working and stealing some of your energy. Also in this van there is a very important feature. Mercedes Sprinter original audio system is really bad. So in this vehicle we have Pro audio system. This is a workshop we cooperate with in Poland, and they've installed all new speakers in the driver's cabin. They've added 4 speakers in the back, and they've added a subwoofer. The whole M-Box system is reprogrammed, and now we have a really high quality audio. The best quality on the market, really. I recommend everybody the Pro audio in ticket. So the whole vehicle, the whole van is equipped with a lot of cabinets, which are on the left side and on the right side. They are very lightweight. First of all, this is our original technology which we've invented in 2019. The fronts are made of bamboo, the cabinets are made of completely of aluminium, and the way we make them, because you've probably seen a lot of similar products on the market since 2019, since we started this idea. There's a lot of followers, which we are very happy that we inspired them, but very often you can see that the bamboo is bent, very ugly, and you can just like stick a finger in. And also you can see products for sale which are there on the market for DIY mounting, which are not really precisely made. And so there is a special way to work with bamboo, because first of all the bamboo is not really lightweight, and if you want to have a lightweight van you must use very thin slabs of bamboo, which need a special preparation, a special technique of gluing it all together that it will not bend it will prevent it from bending. And there is a special technique of painting it, of just sealing, painting, waxing, and whatever material you want to use, that will allow it to not to bend. So that's it about the cabinets. And now we have the kitchen, which is fairly big for a car with 5 seats, but still, you know, it could be much bigger if the seat would be not here. So first of all we have the fresh water tap, hot and cold water tap, with a slab like here to close it down. If it's not necessary, we can in this case extend the workspace. We have DynaCook gas burner, which is called gas under the glass, and the whole fire is generally made under the glass. There is a fume exhaust here, so you can open the window, you can turn on your max fan, and all of the fumes are out of your vehicle. So right here we have also our control panel. We have Red Rock Manager 30, the basic version, that is connected with 345 solar power, and that is connected with possibility to charge with 230 volts the alternator, and it is wired with 200 amp LiFePO battery. That was the idea of the customer for this setup, and we've made it in this way. We have 3 kilowatt pure sine wave inverter from Whisper Power. We have our fresh water tank monitor, of the switches for the lights in the shower, for the refrigerator, and so on and so on. We have Truma D6E heating system, which was made here custom, as our customer asked us exactly for this unit. So we've installed it. It's a really good working unit, but the minus of it is very expensive, and it is very big in size, so it takes a lot of space in the garage. So we have the bamboo countertop, we have the aluminum cabinet, we have a lot of drawers here, a lot of cabinets. Very important that there is a lot of drawers, so there is enough space for your utensils for the whole family. So all of the drawer system has a special foam brackets that will hold your utensils, that will hold your glasses and all of your pens and everything, and that will allow it, that allows it to drive in a perfect silence. This idea takes a little bit of a space, but as for me it is very important that the silence is perfect. So we always ask our customers if they can send us their utensils and we can find some spaces for them and arrange that space, and always you can add more, and always you can just cut the holes yourself and make it as possible spacious as you need. So in this whole kitchen area we have a very important thing, a huge refrigerator. Usually the refrigerators in our build where are the main doors and the step to the car, but because of this extra space we could incorporate here a huge 128 liter Webasto compressor fridge, which is super spacious. It has a super big freezer. It has a lot of drawers and it is really big, so for family of 5 or 4 this fridge will allow you to take your stuff for weeks to the desert or so on. Also above the fridge there is a big cabinet which allows to store a lot of food and stuff like that, but it can also be used to install for example a microwave or a coffee machine. So next to this place we have the doors to the shower, which I will talk about in a minute. So I am in the shower cabin, which is really big as for a van, because it is 1 meter on 80 centimeters wide. And the first thing you can see, the first new thing you can see between our old vans and this one is that we have a special locking system which allows the cabin to close and open easily. With these perfect lockers that we used, we had a little problem to make a system that will allow it to open from the inside. So very often we had a situation where people told us that we must find a way to make the opening of the shower cabin from the inside much easier. So now we have it. It is very easy to open it. And second of all of the women, they always ask us for a little mirror. So now we've invented that the whole doors can be a mirror, and this will allow the beautiful ladies to make their makeup and prepare themselves for a little party. So inside the shower cabin, first of all, we have the ventilation, we have heating from the Webasto, we have a very spacious cabin first of all, we have cassette toilet from Dometic, we have a veneer on the wall which is the same pattern as on the seats, and we have the cupboards. We have some shelves for your toilet papers and for your utensils, but also a special one for your toothpaste and toothbrushes. So I will show you that when I walk out from the cabin. So we are in the bedroom of the van, and as you can see, this is quite a standard bedroom. First of all, we have enough of the headspace so that allows us to not feel too much cramped. We have a max fan here to allow us to get fresh air in the night when we need it. We have a foldable mattress which allows us to fold it this direction, open the bed and use the van as a gear hauler. For example, you can put here some motocross, some motorbikes, or you can just go shopping to IKEA and you can buy a wardrobe. So you can use this van not only as a camper but also a little bit as a utility van. Very important is that in all of our vans we have power ports everywhere. So we have USB 12 volt, 230 volt plugs everywhere in the logic places. So in this bedroom, in the upper bedroom, in the kitchen, in the table area, in the lounge area, and in the garage, we can plug in all of our stuff without worrying that we don't have a plug-in. So what we have here is also Vandermoon cabinets. That's kind of a standard thing, so I will not talk about it too much, which will allow us to store our gear very comfortably. And if somebody don't like to have a cabinet over the head, you can just remove one of them and store it in your garage. And then if you really need some extra space and you have to take them with you, you can just put them in and have some extra space. We have mood lights in the flares, and also we have a reading light. So the bed is 140 centimeters wide and 195 centimeters in the flares. So that's very spacious. I can sleep here very easily without any problems. We have also the Vandermoon organizing system on the doors, so that allows us to store our stuff, put our telephones, some little things, and use them in the bedroom. So we are in one of the most important spaces in adventure van, in the garage. A garage which can fit a lot of your gear. It can fit bicycles, it can fit your snowboard, skis, you name it, you put it here. The space is really large, and it can be extended with the lifting bed. So also it can be extended with the organizers here. You can put your little stuff like cables, wires, everything in the organizers. You have, first of all, exterior shower, ARB compressor. There is a switch for it here. There is a 230 volts charging from DEFA, and there is a possibility to fill your gas tank from the gas station. So very important thing. We have here 125 liters of cold and fresh water, and plus 15 liters of hot water generated by Truma. We have an easy service access to all of the units, and we have some extra space here for some little and soft utensils like your warning jackets and things that you need for your car. We have a very easy and simple access to the Truma. We have a very simple access to the electric system, and also there is a full schematic on the system. The charge from the fuses, and also if anywhere in the world you will have any problem, you can go to any electrical guy. You don't always have to come to our spot. He will be able to trace everything because there is a full electric chart here. So pretty much that's it. I think that's it about this van. It's a L3 version. This is a model version that we offer, and it can be also customized to any type of needs. But I think that's a really one of the best interior layouts, the most comfortable, the most spacious. There is a lot of space for everybody here. There's a lot of space to haul your gear. So I think that's one of the best layouts on the market. This is why we go with this one, and this is the version that we offer as a model with a possibility to customize it like in this vehicle. So I hope you like it, and I invite you for the next tour, and see you next time. Christopher Adventure Van, cheers!